Hey, this is James Tripp live on Chaos Wave. This live stream is going to be really quick. Hopefully, it needs to be quick because I need to eat very soon. I want to unpack something in a little bit more detail that relates to the Steve Jobs quote that I often refer to or often reference. You cannot connect the dots looking forward, only looking backward. The reason I'm making this video is because Blaine left a comment on my genius mapping video, and Blaine says, "Hi James, I love the passion you have in sharing this. A thought, I would say Steve Jobs wasn't wrong. I might say he was incomplete. We cannot only connect the dots looking backwards, but we can connect the dots going forwards as well, at least in so much as the choice of the next dot, the choosing of which can be an emergent stepping onwards, informed by our embodied sense of correctness in that direction." So I want to say something about this because it had me wonder if people were misunderstanding what was meant by that, or at least I don't know what Steve Jobs meant, but I have a good sense of what I think he meant. I know what I'm referring to when I borrow Steve Jobs' words. You cannot connect the dots looking forward, only looking backward. Now, I don't think that Steve Jobs, when he was saying that, was ever saying at any point that we cannot make choices, that we cannot choose, we cannot take a step, we cannot set a direction of travel in our mind and take steps in that direction. I think all he's doing is acknowledging that as we step into the future, we are going to be encountering in our lives infinite variables, unforeseens. We are engaging with complexity. There is no way of taking that away. These are complex dynamic systems that we're dealing with when we create with life. So as we step forward into the future, we need to be ready to roll with what comes up. We need to be ready to create with what comes up. If we do not do this, if we try and connect the dots looking forward, what I take this to mean is it's like we prescribe a plan. I'm going to do this, then this, then this, then this. It's linear, it's rigid, it's inflexible, and it assumes it knows the complex dynamic that will be at play. Now, we're almost always wrong about this. So it pays when we're creating in the world, when we want to bring anything about, when we want to engage generatively, it pays to be alive. It pays to roll with, to create with what comes up, to be free to do that, not bound by a linear forward-looking plan, i.e. connecting the dots looking forward. Now, this does not mean that having a plan doesn't serve us in some way. It does not mean that having a vision does not serve us in some way. And I want to share a couple of quotes that I really like that relate to this. One of them is an aphorism from the UK SBS Special Boat Services, which is that nothing ever works without a plan and no plan ever works. Okay, nothing ever works without a plan and no plan ever works. This acknowledges, hello Bonnaroo, how are you doing? This acknowledges the value in plans, okay? In having a direction, in having a vision. It acknowledges the value. They serve us in some way, but we are not to be bound by them because no plan ever works. And the reason no plan ever works is no plan can predict the variables that are going to unfold. Okay, so the plan needs to be there to serve you right now, yes, in taking the next step, as Blaine points out, but not bind you and stop you from creating with what unfolds. The second quote I'm going to share here is Mike Tyson's classic, "Everyone has a plan until they get a punch in the mouth." So Tyson is a boxer. Thanks, Bonnaroo, appreciate that. Tyson is a boxer, right? Boxers are dealing with dynamic context, dynamic situations, okay? They are dealing with, you're welcome, Bonnaroo. They're dealing with the unfolding of a boxing match, right? Their opponent is a complex system. It's neurologically, physiologically complex. They do not, hey, Blaine, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you right here, right now. Or at least Blaine, who's just popped on here, has inspired this short live stream. And this is a point, right? Because what I'm creating here with what Blaine brought in, I couldn't have planned that Blaine would make the comment that he made ahead of time. Okay, if I was online and I said, right, I'm going to connect my dots looking forward, I'd blast through, I'd ignore this comment from Blaine. I wouldn't be creating with this right now, I wouldn't be engaging right now in this interactive, non-linear way with creating with what comes up. So thank you very much, Blaine, for the stimulation here with this. So yeah, Tyson, right? Tyson's a boxer. So he's there in the ring. He cannot predict what's going to happen. Because even when you're boxing, that's one other human being, a single human being. But that single human being is a complex system. That means that, yeah, you might be able to have watched their form, studied them as an opponent, but you cannot predict what they are going to do because complex systems are inherently unpredictable. So Tyson, as a boxer, knows that he may have a vision, he may have a strategy, he may have some forethought that shapes his engagement, a plan, and that may serve, it may be useful for the initial points of the engagement, but quickly it has to dissolve and serve at best as a guiding principle as he responds to what is unfolding in the moment. So in this instance, if Tyson or any boxer was trying to connect the dots looking forward, that would be like saying, right, I'm going to step into the ring and I'm going to go for a quick jab, cross, uppercut combo, and because I finished a fight with that before, that'll finish the fight this time. Okay, that's ignoring complexity, that's trying to connect the dots looking forward in a linear way. So I think that when Steve Jobs was saying this, you cannot connect the dots looking forward, only looking backward, he was not saying I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether I'm on or not. I think this is my daughters doing some kind of thing in the other room, playing some kind of online game or something, messing with my live stream. I need to sort this kind of thing out logistically. Yeah, so all I'm saying here to wrap this is Jobs is not saying do not have vision. Jobs is not, you can assess situations and make choices about the steps that you're going to take. But thank you, Blaine, I'm back on, that's a good thing. You can make these choices about the steps that you're going to take. But the important thing is not to be bound by that plan. The important thing is to be informed by it, not bound by it, and to be alive to the variables as they come up so that you can create with them, so that you can dance with them. I've said before elsewhere that magic or creation dynamics is about dancing results out of complexity. You've got to be alive to that complexity. You have to be a living thing, not some linear machine, in order to truly do this as creatively and generatively as possible. Okay, so this has been a live stream, but if you're watching the replay, if you like the video, if you're watching it live, please do like the video. If you're interested in more on using your mind to shape your life, this channel is James Tripp Chaos Wave. It will be well worth subscribing. Please do, somebody's mentioned here that Tyson was utilizing hypnosis. So there's a lot of stuff on hypnosis on this channel. So if you're into hypnosis, subscribe to the channel. If you're into using your mind to shape your life, subscribe to the channel. The comment section below is powerful. You get to drive the conversation here. Use the channel as a resource. Ask what you want to ask and share the feedback that you want to share. So until we speak again, keep on using your mind to shape your life.